maybe minorities, sexual and gender minorities, have something to teach the church about dying to self, about new life, about That is not a sign of God's judgment, okay?
Have you lost your mind?
Now that was Brandon Robertson, who is obviously a gay man and who is also, at the same time, a supposed pastor of a church, preaching a sermon. And in the middle of that sermon, as he's pontificating about the virtues of being LGBTQ, there is a crash of lightning, and you hear the thunder, and the lights go out in his church. And of course, he says this is not a sign of the judgment of God or anything like that. At any rate, the blasphemy that comes out of this man's mouth is terrifying. And the reason this is happening in modern American society is because people do not understand what Christianity is. The postmodern mindset, which is bad enough in its own right, has taken advantage of the lack of training and education and discipleship going on in the churches, and it has infected all these false churches and all these false converts, and now even in evangelical churches who have followed, let's just say from a distance, the same kind of patterns in not focusing on discipleship, not focusing on equipping people with the word and making sure that people are being transformed into the image of Christ. See, the only way that you as a believer become transformed into the image of Christ, which is the believer's goal from the minute we are regenerated, it begins a journey in us to be transformed into the image of God. That transformation can only take place as the Word of God shapes the mind. So if you ignore the Word of God, there will be no transformation into the image of Christ. There cannot be a transformation into the image of Christ. It really is that simple. And so as a ploy, Satan does everything he can to belittle, distort, corrupt the Word of God, the teachings of the church, the doctrines of the church that are designed to do something in you. The Word of God is designed to do a work in you of transformation.